They killing us. They killing us. We need some better days. Lord, I need you to make a way. 'Cause they killing us. Oh, they killing us. Oh, no. We need some better days. When will all of this fade away? Don't worry, little homie, I got you. And if you can't lift it, I'll spot you. If you're in prison, I got you. May not be a lot, but I'ma keep soups in your locker. I'm not just talking physically, cause misery is in us mentally. And looking at the chemistry, you'll see simply we become our own enemies. And eventually, it gets way worse, cause we rape, murder, lie, and cheat. What kind of men are we? What are we, the cool type? The ones who never lose fights, hit the booth and bruise mics. Maybe if we seen the true light, we would do right. You living loose in the time of war. Keep your shoes tight. Dudes might step on your toes. Fuck around and bring death to your door. Abandon you, leave you left in the cold. I'm telling you, bro, life is a struggle. Trying to come up with a plan, but we too busy trying to fight in the huddle. See, I'm precise with the struggle. And it's true, they unrightfully judge us. Steady claiming we the ike of the cup. And if we don't learn to follow Christ, then we might be in trouble. Living in the circle lost, life in a bubble. Y'all are my brothers and I mean it with the deepest compassion. And the devil steady seeking distraction, but I defeat him with passion. I run a 75-yard TD while making moves like I'm RG3. 10 toes down. They killing us. They killing us. We need some better days. Lord, I need you to make a way. 'Cause they killing us. They killing us. We need some better days. When will all of this fade away? To all my homies on lock that's gone from the block, I got you. I'd also like to dedicate this song to the cops, the ones who wrongfully plot, kicking in doors, roaming our spots, they don't even knock. This ride before I cash in, the homies with rocks get wrongfully shot. These motherfuckers want me to stop, but keep on spitting and tipping on every beat that I'm gripping. They hypocritically wishing that I would fall, but I didn't. I'm on a mission and I ain't stopping till my goal is complete. I'm giving back what was stole from the streets. At times I wish that I could go to the beach, maybe even throw some dro in a suite to get away from all these roaches and thieves. This roguish and cheap. The ones who wanna see us fall. We work for free and then they feed us hogs. And it's crazy how they treat us like some greedy dogs. I was blind to the shit at first, now I'm starting to see it all. Trying to be a leader cause I hate to see my people fall. And there's a lot of kids out there in that world, they need us, y'all. Trying to open up my eyes so I can see what Jesus saw. 5 duffel bags of bread to the land to feed them all. We got a dream team standing tall, you never see us fall. And with assists like Chris Paul, hell I don't even need the ball. I'ma pass it to my teammate, let them shine and blind any motherfucker who ever kicked us while we was down. What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Okay, man. I woke up feeling some things, and you know what I'm saying? I looked at the video I did yesterday. I was talking about Al Heyman, and I think I gave him a little too much goddamn credit. Yeah, I think I got to correct myself. But before I start doing that, I want to give a real brief, a little bit about myself. Even though this channel is not based on me, I like to talk boxing and different issues. I'm going to give you a little bit about myself and why I am the way I am. For one, I'm from Marshall, Texas. That's in East Texas. Area code 903. And, I was born there, raised there. That's where my family from. Yeah, that's where I'm from. And, I haven't seen pretty much any boxing channels in the East Texas region, even though we are boxing fans down there. And that's another reason why I wanted to do it. I wanted to, be a voice for East Texas. Be a voice for us, bro. And let folks know that, yeah, we know some shit too, but it's all about coming together, man. It's all about coming together. It ain't East Texas versus nobody, man. And matter of fact, Dallas is my second home. That's a fact. I've always said that. It is, bro. I love Dallas. Love it. And reason why I love it, you understand what I'm saying? I was like, 15, I was gang banging real hard. I was a blood bounty hunter. And I was getting in trouble and shit. And so at 15, this is true. They gave me a CT from Marshall, from my hometown. Like they gave me a CT at 15, and they put me on probation. I was on intense supervision probation. I was to be on it until I was 18. At the time I was 15, so that would mean I would have to report every week instead of once a month. And so that was the deal. It was either go to TYC till I was 21 or go to Dallas, move with my granddaddy, and I was gonna have to report every week. And I couldn't come back to Marshall for nothing. I used to sneak back though. I couldn't come back until I was 18. Those were the rules. And so when I moved to Dallas, like I said, I had a gang banging mentality. Cause there was a lot of plex down there in Marshall. You know, it was a small town, but we were some little ignorant motherfuckers. Yeah, we were some little self-hating, machine killing motherfuckers. But it was mainly fighting though. We wasn't. I grew up doing a lot of fighting. It wasn't so much pistol play, it was fighting. That's what I grew up doing. I grew up fighting. So, and I say that proudly, because I don't think nothing tough about no gun. But anyway, that's another story. So I had to move to Dallas with my granddaddy. And keep in mind, he was a preacher. And not only was he a preacher, I come from a family of preachers. My pops was a preacher. By the way, my pops passed a year ago from COVID, like a year and a half ago. And that's another reason why I started the channel. I lost my oldest sister about 3 months ago, man, from breast cancer. And I still ain't, bro. I ain't accepted that. I'm hurt. I'm in disbelief from that. And I'm not even finna keep talking about that. But when you hear a lot of pain come out in my voice in these videos, you may hear anger, and you may hear love, you may hear peace, you may hear, I don't know, it might be funny to some of y'all. But overall, you just hear me, bro. You hear me. And like I say, man, Dallas was a great experience. So my granddaddy, he had me all in the church, cause you had to go to church, and he was strict as hell. His ass was strict, and he didn't play. He didn't play at all. That motherfucker was crazy. That motherfucker kept a 357 on him too. And we lived in the cliff, off Leadbetter, in the Oasis, right up the street from Gold Star, which is right next to Williams Chicken. You had the pink ones and the gray ones, but they done painted them motherfuckers a different color now. But anyway, and my first year I went to Maceo Smith, which is closed down, which is across the street from what's that, Good Luck Burger and the Texaco. Yeah, right off Leadbetter. And my second year I went to Roosevelt, which is a whole nother story. I'm gonna talk about that shit. That shit was crazy. Roosevelt Mustangs. And they won state, in basketball the year I was there. But I was not on the goddamn team. But I was on the football team, though. I was on the football team, but I wasn't shit. But that's another story. Anyway. So, man, Dallas was a great experience. It was a great experience for me. And not only that, like, I grew up singing. Like, really, low-key, I'm the only person in my family that can really sing. The only. My pops, he used to sing, but, he could holler. My granddaddy, he could hold a note. But I can blow. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm the only one. I sing at all the shit in the family. Yeah, they call me, and, it ain't no boastful shit, but it's just true, bro. But anyway, so my granddaddy, he put me on the stage, bro. Like, he made me Charles J. Like the star. Bro, we used to go to these big ass churches, and he would tell the pastor, my grandson finna get up here and sing. And it started out as a thing like, yeah, you just gonna sing. But I started loving it. And people started, like, after I would sing, they were just amazed by me. And people would prophesize over my life and tell me things about myself. And there was a point in my life, like before I moved to Dallas, I thought nothing of myself. I thought I wasn't shit. And bro, and Dallas is a black city. I love that about it. I used to get my haircut at on MLK at Graham's Barber Shop, which is the best barber shop I ever been to this day. To this day. The best barber shop I ever been to on Graham, Graham's Barber Shop on MLK. Okay, that's another story, but which is in South Dallas. But anyway, yeah, I got my hair cut there every Saturday, man. And I'm gonna tell you another thing about that barbershop. It put you in the mind of like how the movie Barbershop. It was old time. You had motherfuckers shining shoes and shit. You had motherfuckers had the tea cakes. Yeah. I stayed getting me a tea cake when I fall up in. Man, bro, it was real. And it was real conversation. Dallas, when I realized it gave me the first sense of my being black. Because I'm gonna be honest, like we segregated in Marshall, but we not as knowledgeable about our blackness, bro. Like Dallas is a black city, man. And it's a black city. And it was, I remember I told my granddad after a couple months of being in Dallas, because he stayed in the Cliff. And he black-minded too, as far as every place he go is black. So I'm like, Granddad, I don't see no white folks. He said, you ain't. He said, you got to go to, what do you say, what's that shit called? South Lake Curl, all that shit. Yeah, you got to go there. So, yeah, but anyway, like, it was a great experience. I started singing in front of many people for the first time, and it made me a performer like I am now. Like, that's why I can sing in front of any crowd. I can just blow, bro. And I have a boldness about it. Like, I have a boldness about singing and I rap too, but I have a boldness just about performing, bro. I mean, people just, it's just that whole experience, bro. The things older people told me, man, I still carry with me. It made me believe in myself. Dallas was a great experience. And so that's why you may hear me say bro, which is a lot of people in East Texas. We do say bro too, because Dallas is very close to East Texas. We shop out there. We got family out there. So if you hear me say bro, I ain't trying to take nobody's style, bro, or Dallas slang. But like I say, I mean, Dallas is my second home. But I'm Marshall, Texas, through and through. East Texas, through and through. And like I said, that's why I made this channel. It ain't a voice right now in boxing for East Texas, man. And so somebody had to do it. And I really want to put on for us, man. I want to give us a voice, and hopefully all the other regions in Texas can say, hey, man, we can all bring this together. East Texas, West Texas, South Texas, all that, man. And just come together, man. And because right now, Texas real hot, man. Texas real hot. We got an undisputed champ, and we got another one on the way, man. So yeah, Texas looking real good right now. But man, that's just a brief little go over of, you understand? Just my life and couple things I've been through. And also let me say this. I went to prison at 18 years old. At 18 years old, I did 5 years. And actually, when I did go, it was for something that me and a couple of homies did, but my best friend was involved. And, and I went down. I took the fall. And so while I was in prison, he caught a capital murder. And he been on death row about 15 years. And so, you understand, that was my best friend. And I actually haven't had a friend since, bro. I haven't had somebody I call my brother since my brother been gone. So, you may hear me talk about him in my songs. Yeah, that hurt every day. But anyway, so when I went to prison, man, I was a little gangbanging motherfucker. A little gangbanging little bastard. And I remember my old school told me before I went to prison. He said, bro, because I was like, man, yeah, I'm ready for whatever. Yeah, motherfucking whole ass crab better not say a bitch ass thing. Talking all that old shit. And he was like, bro, when you get to prison, bro, it ain't about that. It's about this. And he pointed at his arm. Like, yeah, it's about this. So I'm like, I was just naive. And I'm not finna go through no whole 5-year bid. That's a whole nother story. I'm just gonna break it down to my 4th year, all the way up for 4 years. The first 4 years, I was a gang banging fool. I done been in situations with Crips where we had to line it up. And I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work trying to be down for the Bloods, trying to be down. But my 4th year, man, I remember my little brother. He was like 14. He was like 12 at the time. And I was thinking about it, man. And I remember he hugged me one day at visitation, and he said, I'm gonna be 14 when you get out. And he cried. And I cried all the way back to my cell, bro. And I said to myself, what am I gonna leave behind for him? I don't want him to think that this little game, because at that time I was 22, and at that time I was kind of tired. I'm tired of fighting Crips all the goddamn time. I'm like, damn, bro, we stay into it, bro. Like we had a lineup that was supposed to be the end of it. Now it's some more shit, bro. Like, and at that time I didn't understand the deep embeddedness of self-hatred, and that what I represented was self-hatred, bro. It may wasn't started for that, but that's what it has become. So all you motherfuckers that always trying to say that, but it wasn't started. Shut your bitch ass up. Cause you the same motherfucker that soon as you turn the corner, fuck them old hoe ass crap. So I don't want to hear all that, what it was started for. Cause you little self-hating, killing machines, you ain't talking about that shit now. You ain't talking about it now. And so, yeah, fuck that. And fuck you motherfuckers. And so don't bring your little gang banging ass on my channel talking about some Suwoo. Cause I ain't down with that, bro. I'm not down with that. I'm for black people, and I'm for bringing black folks together. I love me some black folks. Okay. So, yeah, I ain't with that shit no more, man. But anyway, at the time I stopped banging, I was thinking about my little brother, and I was caught up in the, I thought I was the next TDJ, or whatever you want to call it, the next prophet, preacher, or whatever, because I've been told that my whole life. Oh, man, you're going to be a great preacher. You're going to be a great preacher. But I'm here to tell you today, my understanding now is different. I understand that they seen some great in me. They seen, but it wasn't being a great preacher. They seen me being a great man, a great leader, a great speaker. Just because you can be a great speaker, that don't mean I got to pick up the Bible and be a great preacher and get a church and get some assistance from these white folks and talk about prosperity and forgiveness every goddamn Sunday. That's not what's finna happen. See, I'm a little more militant. I got a little more, you understand me? I know what it is, bro. And I'm not finna, man, listen, bro. I ain't no Christians. Man, listen, bro. The church ain't shit. The church ain't shit. Yeah, and Islam's, they ain't either. We ain't shit. How about that? We ain't shit. Shit, what the fuck is the Muslims doing? What the fuck is the Christians? You motherfuckers ain't doing shit because you too caught up in your religion, bro. You caught up in the religion. Y'all can't even come together and get along, let alone bring black folks together. So I'm not finna be caught up in a religion. I love the Lord, and he did hear my cry. But I ain't got to be in no religion, and you ain't even put that shit on me. But like I said, at the time I stopped banging, I thought it was meant for me to be a preacher. Now I know it's meant for me to be a speaker. So that's the difference. So I stopped banging. And as I started, studying, and man, I remember a big homie. Because when I stopped banging, I started hanging. And I always, even though when I was banging, people used to tell me I had a good head on my shoulder. I used to talk to a lot of older homies. I always just did that shit. Even at a young age, I talked to the older homies. So when I stopped banging, a lot of the older homies was proud of me, bro. They was proud of me. And I seen a lot of bloods turn on me. Motherfuckers quit shaking my hands just because we can't like bees no more. All this bullshit. But on me, I can say this. I gotta, when I stopped banging, it was respectful. Shout out to Squeak, out of South Dallas. Like I say, when I stopped banging, I hollered at him. He was the speaker, and he was a bad motherfucker. And I hollered at him up under the stairs because in my mind, I'm like, because I done seen dudes get smashed out for stop banging. So I went under the stairs with him just in case when I tell you this, if you want to look at me or y'all want to line it up with me. But nah, man, when I told Squeak that, and shout out to Squeak, shout out to South Dallas. But man, he smiled at me with them gold, and he said, man, you finally becoming a man. You finally becoming. That's what Squeak told me, man. And he used to fuck with my music. Yeah, he used to fuck with me. But man, Squeak cool, man. Cool than a bitch. Funny. Oh, gambling mother. Let me tell you something. That's the luckiest motherfucker I ever seen on some dice, bro. Luckiest I ever seen on some dice, bro. Anyway, so I stopped banging. And everybody respect, nobody called me out. Because I put in some work, bro. I can't say that. I was respected. I gotta say that. I was respected. I was a young homie, but I was respected. I was respected because I was fearless, bro. Yeah, I wasn't scared of shit, and I wanted to always be down, and, you know, but I look back on that shit ain't nothing to brag about, though. But anyway, so I went from the religion aspect to when I started reading about Huey, and I read Huey's book, and I started reading so many books, man. I think the book that really, when I read As Told, the autobiography of Malcolm X, As Told to Alex Haley, that was one of the first books that kind of really made me that passion just really hit me. And as I kept growing, I kept reading, and I went from reading hood novels every day to now I'm reading so much stuff. I started copying the dictionary because I got inspired by Malcolm X. I started copying the dictionary. So for that last year, and it's weird that I done all this in 1 year. I went from gang banging, like I said, I stopped gang banging my 4th year. After that, I got my GED. I took a class in horticulture, and I made parole. I made my 4th parole. The year after I stopped banging. And like I say, that year after I stopped banging, I got into complete learning about my people. I studied, and I wrote music all the time. That's all I did. At 22 years old, that's all I did. So read, and write music. That's all I did. And I ain't finna sit here and try to name all these books, but I learned something. It's not all about the knowledge that I acquired. It's the passion in my heart. And I always knew that I had something deep inside me, something great and something strong and powerful. And when it translated to my people and learning what we went through, bro, it don't hit everybody the same, but that shit changed me. It changed me when I learned why I hated Crips. It changed me when I learned who brought the guns into the neighborhood that we shoot. So that's why my anger ain't so much as mad at the little drug dealer on the corner. I got more anger towards the motherfucker who keep bringing dope in my hood, bro. So I learned where to shift my energy. I learned the shift of the energy, and I learned where my anger should reside. So I learned to love my people, bro. And within loving my people, first I had to love myself, bro. I learned to love me some Charles J. Man, I done went on and on. Man, I hope y'all got a good assessment of who I am, man. I mean, that was just brief. It's a lot more to me. It's a lot more to what I believe in. It's a lot more ideas I have. It's a lot more that I stand for. But that's just a brief little song, man. And like I said, man, Dallas, that's why I got so much love for that. Dallas, let me tell you another thing about Dallas. I learned how to hustle in Dallas. Before I went to Dallas, all I knew how to do was beat up some Crips. That's all I knew how to do was terrorize my neighborhood. That's all I knew. At 14, I started gangbanging at 13. But at 13, 14, 15, that's all I knew was how to fuck up my neighborhood. When I went to Dallas, I learned some hustle about myself, bro. And when I moved to Dallas, that was the first time I thought about going to college. It was a college in Atlanta I wanted to go to, bro. I started having visions when I moved to Dallas. I seen myself, I seen outside the box, bro. I seen myself as great when I moved to Dallas, bro. And credit to my granddaddy, rest in peace. Like I say, me living in the city and Dallas is a black city. people talk a lot about the Mexicans being there. Dallas is the blackest city in Texas. It's black, bro. It's just something black about it. And even the people, even though it's thugged out, it's a lot of strong-minded black people, bro. It's a lot of black-owned. That's why I saw black-owned businesses for the first time. We got a few in more, but now I seen real black-owned businesses. I seen, when you see your people shine, bro, it makes you see yourself shining, bro. It's just psychological. So, man, I love me some Dallas, man. And you can't, I can take you anywhere around that motherfucker. That's my second home. Yeah, it's my second home. So, shout out to the D, man. And, yeah, man, Dallas had a big impact on me as a child, as a teenager, bro. It was a second chance for me. It was great, man. Man, I used to go out there to, what was that name of that park? Was it Cummins Park? Behind that Texas. Anyway, man, let me get off the shot. I can talk about Dallas all day long. But, yeah, man, it's Charles J. 903 Boxing, man. Just share, like, comment, man. Check me out. Like I said, we just getting started, man. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I ain't mean to take you too far down there. You know what I'm saying? Just going down memory lane a little bit and just expressing myself. But it's much love, man. I love me some black people, man. And eventually you'll grow to love me too, man. And with that, I'm out.